It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
I just think that Jay Powell knows more than we do. And I think he's looking at situations saying, you know what, I don't want to make these forecasts because if any one of those three or all three go well, then I will have tightened at the wrong time. I'm no longer inclined to recommend companies that lose money.
Yeah, he thinks Powell knows everything. Powell knows nothing. Powell knows nothing. Powell doesn't have a clue what is going on. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Welcome. Please, today, do not chase this market. Stop looking at the bugs on your TV, or stop listening when you're driving. Someone says the Dow's up 270 points. It's all over with now. Nobody's going to sell stocks anymore. We're right back to where we are. Buy on the pullback, buy on the dip. Put earplugs in, please. You're going to get killed. You're going to get killed. It is unbelievable. Now everybody's running back into the stock market, and they fail to remember what happened last week. Boy, it's like a toothache. They just don't remember it. Move on. Don't you realize the most important day we've had so far this year was last Monday when the market dropped 1,000 points, and then it turned around and went back up 1,200 points? What are you, nuts? That was Monday. Then the same thing happened on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. Every time the market dropped, 1,000, go up 1,200. Drop 500, go up 1,000. Keep on. It's unbelievable. I'll get you the exact numbers in a moment here, but the turnarounds were crazy. They just were just nuts. If you went, and I got them for you right here. You know what this means? It's just crazy. Every time fear entered the market last week, people would start selling. And the Federal Reserve has an ambulance service. And that's right, they have an ambulance service, emergency ambulance service. Every time the market drops, they bring the ambulance service in, what they call the plunger team, President's Protection Plunger Team. So the market last Monday dropped 1,000 points, and then the plunger team came in, went out and bought index futures, started to buy stock, and ran it back up 1,270 points. Tuesday, market dropped down 1,040, ran back up another 1,046 turnaround. Wednesday, a 939-point turnaround. Thursday, another 776-point. You know what that means? They don't know what the hell they're doing. Powell doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of control. When you get that kind of volatility, and every time the fear comes in the market, the first thing they do is they bring in the plunger team, or Powell comes in and artificially pushes that market back up. Now, think what he said last week. He came out and said, or they came out and said, we had an economic GDP growth of 6.9%. A bold-faced lie. And before I forget, we're going to talk about gold today. Gold is your best bet, the gold stocks. If you're patient. If Powell has some guts, and he's going to do what he says he's going to do. Remember what he's saying. He says on March he's going to start raising rates. He says he's going to start raising rates. Then he says, well, after I raise the rates, I'm going to, at some point, I'm going to start selling off the $9 trillion in treasuries that I purchased, the Fed purchased for 14 years to, and this is my words, to prop the stock market up, put it on our balance sheet. I'm going to start selling those off. Then he was pressed, well, when? How much are you going to start selling? Oh, he said, we haven't discussed that yet. Remember that last week? He says, oh, we haven't discussed that yet. The most important discussion is that, not the raising of rates. The short-term rates that he's going to raise, that's going to kill everybody. I mean, when you got oil up 55% and chicken and beef and everybody's and gasoline and oil's going to go to $100, now you decide to raise rates, which means everybody's payments are going to go up. Your car payment, your student loan payment, your credit card payment, all those are going. This guy's an idiot. And then today, whoa, market's up again. We're up 200 points. Everybody get back in the market. We'll talk about gold in a minute. So last week, Powell came out and said, they came out, the fake business news network said, economy grew by 6.9%. Hey, everybody was all happy. It's a bold-faced lie. Listen to what I tell you. I've been in this market for over 51 years. I've seen this over and over. I've been on this earth for 75 years. Every time they come out with a GDP number, it's fake. Every time they come out with the statistics for the Friday jobs number, you really believe those Friday job numbers? That's a fake number. When they come out with the inflation number, that's fake. And the GDP number, which we get from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, that's fake. Now, let me prove it to you. One of the reasons that they adjusted that, they increased their inventory by 70%. It was only 2%. The GDP, our economic growth was not 6.9%. It was 2%. Now, what they do to get that number up, they manipulate the amount of inventory. Listen to what I'm saying. The Federal Reserve has 11 sectors around the country. There's a Fed president. There's 11 Fed presidents. They split up the nation, and then each sector has to come in with its numbers. When they want a good number, when they need a good number, things are going bad for them right now. Going into the midterm, things are bad. They had to get a good number. So, unlike if I come into your business and I want to see if your business is growing, right? What do I look at? Do I look at your inventory? Let's say you sell hats. Do I look at how many hats you have on the shelf? Or do I ask you, I want to look at your balance sheet. I want to see what your sales were. Of course, you're going to ask for someone's sales. If you look at any business, you want to see how they're doing, you look at their sales, how much they're selling. Do they sell more this quarter than last quarter? Do they sell more this year than last year? How they doing? That's how you rate how they're doing. You know what these characters do? They don't do it that way. They do it by inventory. So let's say a guy had $1,000 worth of hats on his shelf. Okay. So that's his inventory. Now what they do, they go to all these 11 sectors, and they check it out, and they go, oh, gee, we got to get, this is bad. Our economy's not growing. So here's what we'll do. We'll say instead of 1,000 hats, we'll say these guys got 4,000 hats in inventory. That's all they do. They adjust the inventory instead of the sales. Isn't that stupid? So they can adjust the inventory, manipulate the inventory any way they want. Now, here's another thing you need to know about the GDP growth. One of the reasons for this adjustment, as they call it, this inventory adjustment. Oh, and by the way, you know what they said when they did their number to get to 6.9%? They cut the inflation number down from 7% to 3% for the purpose of this number. Can you imagine? For the purpose of our economic GDP growth, they're now saying the inflation was not 7%, it's 3% for the purpose of this number. You got to get into the details. It's unbelievable. Now, one of the reasons, or a couple of the reasons for all these adjustments, because they had the weak consumer spending on services. Disposable income has dropped by 25%. The amount of savings has dropped from 7.4% to 2%. That's why they started to make all these adjustments to get us a fake number. I'm going to talk about gold when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And finally,
GDP first look at fourth quarter is 6.9%.
Whoa! What a lie that is. You know, as I said to you in the opening, the GDP number is the most manipulated statistics. We have others. Now, let's take the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, they give us the job numbers every Friday. Now, let me tell you how they work those numbers around. They have what they call a death birth metric system. What's that mean? They check out, again, remember, the Federal Reserve has 11 banks. They call them Fed banks around the country. So when they need some good numbers, they call each one of those banks and say, here's what we need. Now they'll say, well, we need some better job numbers this month. So what they'll do is, like I live in Sarasota, and let's say I was the Fed bank here. So I go and check in Sarasota how many people started a corporation. Now, every day people start up corporations. They put their papers in, start up a corporation. Most of them are just a couple. Most of them just, husband and wife. About 90% of them are just small little husband and wife teams, maybe one worker. So what they do is they'll say, oh, okay, so Sarasota had 25 new businesses are starting. Wow, 25 new businesses. So they'll go, okay, let's do this. Let's just anticipate. Let's just birth some numbers here. Let's birth them. So let's say Ajax Incorporated. Let's put down 5,000. Looks like 5,000 people are going to be employed by them. Let's take a look at Joe Suckface Bar. Okay, let's see. He's probably going to have 72 bartenders. Big bar. Yeah, that's what they do. They birth them. Now, if it's inflationary and they don't want those big numbers, right? Because they want the Fed. They want the Fed to cut rates, right? So then they kill them. So they go, well, let's see, now let's see, how many people they got there? 25 employed. I think they're going to lay off a lot of people. I think they're only going to have one person employed. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. So don't ever believe. And by the way, they never count the amount of people that are called discouraged workers. There's between 5 and 8 million people that don't work. They don't work. They don't count them as unemployed. Isn't that amazing? That's the Friday job number. Now, to take the inflation number, how to get the inflation number. They move the inflation number any way they want. And here's how they do it. They switch. What are switches? Here's what they do. Let's say they're going to go and they're going to look at meat. Now, let's say steak went up 30%, but hot dogs only went up 5%. So which one are they going to use? They're going to use the hot dog. If they want low inflation, if they want a high inflation, they'll use the steak. Same with a car. If they want a high number, they'll use used cars. If they want a low number, then they'll count for inflation new cars. This is what they do. Every day these guys do this. Okay, that's what they do. It's amazing, isn't it? All right. So don't ever believe any of that garbage. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. Now, as far as, I want to talk a little bit about gold. Everybody's running around like crazy buying stocks today, right? Especially the tourists. They're all buying on a dip now, Boy, they forgot what happened last week, don't they? And they don't even remember what happened last Monday, right? And they don't even understand that last Monday, January 24th, we look at the S&P, that low right there, that low of 154.70, that is a key number. That is a key number right there. And if you really want to see if this rally's going to hold, you got to go look at the volume. A key reversal is when you have 3 days in a row where the first day the volume goes up, the second day the volume's higher than the first day, and the third day the volume's higher than both 2 days combined. That's not happening. All right, let's talk about the dollar, and let's talk about gold. All right. Now, Powell says he's going to sell off the $9 trillion. Imagine that. They printed money to buy $9 trillion in treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. Not just from the government. Don't forget, they bought mortgage-backed securities and treasuries from failing companies, okay, even banks, and even the government, okay, to prop them up. They buy these treasuries, put them on their balance sheet. So if he's going to do what he says, he's going to start selling them. Now think about it. He's going to start selling them. So that means that your long-term yield is going to go up that means all your payments are also going to go up on your short-term Fed rate. So everybody who has all these payments, okay, whether it's a car payment or a school loan payment or you fixed your house up or you have a small business, all those payments are going to go up. Can you imagine? Those payments are all going to go up on top of your house payment. This is going to kill the housing market. It's going to blow up the housing market. Think about it. So people are struggling right now with the food going up, right? You got coffee going up 92%, chicken 52%, beef 20%, gasoline, you know that, right? That's all going up. Now what he's going to do, I'll get to the gold. Now what he's going to do is turn around. He said, I'm going to sell these treasuries. I'm going to sell these treasuries. Well, when he sells those treasuries, remember, the yields start going up. And when the yield starts going up, that means house mortgages are going to go up. Okay, and that's just going to totally blow up the market. So here's what you want to do. Take a look at the dollar. The dollar runs with the yields. So when the yields start running, look at the 10-year Treasury yield. You can catch it. We watch it every day. When that 10-year Treasury yield goes up, especially if it gets above about 190 and above, when that starts going, the dollar goes up with it. And when the dollar goes up, following the yield up, watch what happens to gold. Gold is going to tumble, collapse, going to collapse. Okay? So you got two opportunities. If he becomes a coward and he decides, no, I'm only kidding. I'm not going to sell treasuries. I gave up on that. I'm not going to sell treasuries. Then the dollar is going to go down and gold is going to go the other way, up. Either way, you can make a ton of money in mining stocks and gold by just watching the Treasury, the yield, just by watching the yield and the dollar. More on that when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
How could the Fed say 2.5 is a normal Fed funds rate in a 2% inflation world? And when we have a 7% inflation world, we're afraid to raise it to 1.
That's right. Horse Powell's afraid to raise that rate. He has no clue. He's scared to death. 14 years of purchasing treasuries. $9 trillion he printed. When he printed that $9 trillion, the Fed, to buy all those treasuries, so to make sure the 10-year treasury yield was down, so your tech stocks, Netflix, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, would continue to rally for 14 years. Making this whole stock market, this whole fake market go up. Remember that. That's what did it, by keeping those yields down. Now he's going to turn around and he says he's going to sell them, but he didn't say when he's going to sell them. He said, well, after that we start cutting the rates. Well, how much you going to sell? He said, well, we haven't talked it over. Because he knows he's screwed, because here's the problem. He knows that they talk about how strong the consumer is. Oh, really? Are you kidding? First of all, consumer, negative disposable income. It's negative. They have negative disposable income. After you pay your taxes, what's left is called disposable. It declined a historic $2 trillion. Consumers, when they talk about, boy, they're flush with cash. They got all this cash on their balance sheet. All this cash, you hear them say that all the time. How they got all they're loaded with cash. They're going to retire. They got so much cash. Everybody's got so much cash they haven't got to work anymore. You know where the cash is coming from, don't you? They're refinancing their house. They pulled out more money in the last 2 years than they ever pulled out back in 2007 to 2009. So what they got is more debt. So now they got consumer debt that's historic, $14 trillion. Payments. In the past 12 months, 24% of consumers are either late or miss their payment. 48% of the consumers either remain very or extremely concerned about making timely or late payments in 2022. 32%, always look for this one. 32% of people who have subscriptions, magazines, they cancel. That's huge. That's the biggest ever. Don't listen to these people. They're liars. Now, we have a retirement crisis like we never had before. 52% of Americans they got to work, keep working. They can't, after 65 years old, they got to keep working. We have a crisis. All right, let's talk about gold for a second. This is probably one of the best opportunities you'll ever have. Why? Because, and gold mining stocks, because Powell now has put himself in a position. He says that he's definitely going to raise rates. I can't wait to see this when he starts raising rates in March. Can you imagine he's going to raise rates in March? And can you imagine everybody that's got payments, what's going to happen to them? This is crazy. I mean, everybody has got a credit card payment, business loan payment, home improvement loan payment, some adjustable loan on something. We now got fixing their house up. All those payments go up. At the same time, you know what food is costing and gasoline. Now he's saying he's going to raise those rates. So your payments are going to be even more while this inflation's going up and killing you. He says he's going to raise those rates. And now he's going to take the long-term rate, which has nothing to do with your credit card or your business loans or your home improvement loan. That has to do with mortgages. All these people who bought these overpriced houses, especially going back to March of 2020 to July 2020, where housing went from 20 to 30%. Remember, people were paying 20, 30% more for those houses. They're all excited they got in, started to buy them. Right? They're going to get clobbered because as soon as they start raising the long-term rate, it's over for the housing market. It's going to collapse. There's not going to be any demand. Now, on your gold, all I'm telling you is this. You can win either way if you're just patient. Now, this isn't a day trade. If you want to day trade this, you certainly can. You can use either our Pro 1 or our Pro 3 chart. But I'm talking about the long-term investor, what I do every day. All I know is that if he's going to keep to his word and he's going to sell the treasuries, going to start taking the $9 trillion and sell them, yields go up. The dollar is going to go up, and gold is going to collapse. So if you want to join my gang, follow us on gold. It could be 1 day, it could be 2 days, it could be 3 weeks, it could be 4 weeks. We don't know, but we know one thing. He's locked in now. So if he starts selling the treasuries, we're going to make a bunch of money on gold when it collapses because the dollar's got to go up. So we got to wait for that dollar. We got to wait for that dollar to start going up, but it's not going to go up until he says, okay, now I'm going to start selling the $9 trillion in treasuries. But it's going to happen. Just be patient. Now, if he backs out, then we'll do the opposite. If it backs out, then instead of buying gold, instead of shorting gold, we'll turn around and buy gold. Either way, he's locked himself in. Either way, we're going to catch it on the way down or on the way up. What a beautiful thing. But you got to just have enough patience. So why don't you just join my gang? It's free for 10 days, okay? Remember, and just follow our portfolio. Every day, Steve, at 2 o'clock, every afternoon, he takes our portfolio, our stocks. It's actually our stock portfolio, our member stock portfolio, and you just select one or two from them and follow them. And he's every day at 2 o'clock, he puts up and tells you what to do with each stock in our portfolio.
Lowe's. Let's put a scout on this one to go short as we got stopped out on the move up this morning. This one can be very volatile, and it might be better once we go back in.
Did somebody ever tell you that? Do they tell you that every day with your stock what to do? That's what he does every day. We start at 4 o'clock in the morning here. We know exactly what the bond market's going to do. We know what the yields are going to do, and we know what the highest probability. Just like watching the golds now, we know there's a high probability if he's selling these treasuries like he said he's going to, then the dollar's going to go up through the roof with yields, and the gold's going to collapse. If he backs out, no, I decided not to do it, it'll be just the opposite. Then we'll buy gold. I mean, how many times can you put yourself in a no-lose position? Okay, now. The other thing is, remember, all of this stuff that he's doing. He says he's going to raise the yields. Do you have any idea? I don't think he has an idea of the consequences of what's going to happen. I don't think he even realizes. I really mean. I don't think he even grasps the size and the scale of quantitative easing that was started in 2007 by a bunch of gangsters. These are real gangsters. He doesn't understand it because he wouldn't be acting the way he's acting right now. I mean, you're talking massive money printing for one reason only. He wanted to keep printing that money so that he could drive tech stocks up because they wouldn't need any earnings. They don't need any earnings. They just need low yields. If you don't believe me, just go look at 2020, the S&P, and go look at 2021, the S&P, and look at the earnings. The stocks went up. The S&P went up on both years, up positive, but they had no earnings. Matter of fact, the earnings were negative. So the scam was to let's go with tech stocks and keep driving them up. But here's the problem now. We've never, ever, where the Fed has now on his balance sheet $9 trillion of this stuff. Where's he going to sell it? Who's going to buy it? The Fed's always wrong, just like Kramer. He's always wrong. The Fed's always wrong. He's in good company, that idiot. The two of them should go get married or something, the two of them. They'll get along great. These two dopes will get along great because they're always wrong. Be right back after this break. Join my gang, free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of the people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. PhilsGang.com.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let PhilsGang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. PhilsGang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out PhilsGang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And join my gang free for 10 days and learn how to make money when a market goes down. When a market goes down, once you do that, what a difference it makes. You're not tied in. If you only can buy a stock and you don't know how to sell it short when it starts to drop, and you just sit back and you got to call your broker, what should I do? And then he tells you cost average down, you're going to get killed. That's why 80% of people in the stock market lose money, because they don't know how to make money when it goes down, the stock. And they don't know when to get out when they're making money on the way up. They don't know when to get out. We will make sure you are out at the right time. We'll make sure when the market goes down, you are selling short at the right time. Right now, I see a great opportunity in gold because he's handing it to us on a silver platter. We're going to be right one way or the other. If he continues to say that if he continues and goes through with raising rates again by selling the Treasury, he's going to be raising rates. Can you imagine raising rates? He's out of his mind, especially on housing. So if he's going to raise rates, he's going to sell that Treasury. He's going to find somebody to try to buy it, and then that yield goes up. And when that yield goes up, the dollar is going to go up, and then gold automatically goes up. Look for your drillers or your miners. The miners are the best one. Now, if he turns around and changes his mind and says, no, I decided I'm not going to sell the 10-year Treasury yields, okay? I'm going to hold on to them. Well, boy, that would be unbelievable. But if he did that, that'd be great. Because now we'll turn around, the dollar will collapse, and we'll make money on gold going the other way. How often do you ever get a chance like that you can be right either way? So why don't you just join the gang for 10 days? It's free. Okay, and at the end of 10 days, you're going to feel good because you're going to say, I finally understand what shorting is. Boy, this is easy. I wish I did this years ago. Yeah, what a difference it makes. Because 80% of people lose money because they don't know how to short. They don't know when to get out of a stock. Okay, this is funny. They're talking about the GDP number. And listen to this gal on CNBC.
Well, these are great numbers. I mean, not just big numbers today, but this is the strongest economy in 40 plus years.
We have the strongest economy in 40 years. But isn't that funny? How can we have the strongest economy in 40 years, but we got the highest inflation in 40 years? And what's the inflation? How can we have the highest inflation that now is killing you when you go out and you buy meat or gasoline or beef or natural gas or heating oil? How can we have the best economy ever with coffee up 92%, gasoline 45, 50? How can we have that? See, they're all full of garbage. See, remember, their job, these people's job, the Fake Business News Network, their job is to give you hope, give you optimism, okay? That's her job. Now, if you go and look inside the numbers, she's saying this 6.9% is so great. Well, remember, this is normal manipulation, normal with GDP. They only count cash transactions so they can tweak the number. Imagine that, just cash transactions. If you go to a store and you buy a grill for $400 and you write a check, they don't count that. They also leave out to manipulate 3/4 of the service sectors. Service. They don't count service. And they also leave out production and distribution of goods. What are you, nuts? And this time, they adjusted the inventory count up by 70% so that they could go from 2% to 6.9%. All these numbers are fake. All right. Listen. IWM, that's the small mid-cap stocks. Listen to what I'm telling you. All of you people are in there buying stocks today. Your trends are still going down. You should not be buying a stock with your trend going down. I know you feel great and your stock's going up and you think it's over with. And I hope it is, because we'll make money on the way back up. But you just don't get in. You just don't jump in the market just because the stock is going up. Those are sucker plays. Those are called snapbacks. When your stock starts going up, you got to wait 2 or 3 days to see if the trend is changing. What's trend? The money flowing into that stock is changing your trend line. Is your trend line going up? Because right now, all the trend lines are severely damaged and they're still going down while the stock going up. That tells you don't do it. Now, if you want to be a day trader, that's different. Or if you want to be in a stock for 2 days, that's different. And we have charts for both that. We have our day trader chart, which is the best in the world, I think, called our Pro 3. If you want to just trade gold for 1 day today, okay? If you want to just trade the Qs for 1 day, or you just wanted to trade AU today for 1 day, you could trade it for 1 day or 2 days. But I don't trade 1-2 days. I'm a long-term investor. And I use a Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells me where the money is going. Now, for example, if I look at AU, that's one gold I play all the time. It's beautiful. It's all red. It's broken below our trend line. And so it's getting set up nice. I just need to get that 10-year Treasury yield to go up. And he's just got to make one statement, and that 10-year Treasury will go up. We'll push that dollar up, and if AU will take out that low of around $17.78, and this thing will fall like a flying crowbar. If he becomes a coward and decides, no, I'm not going to cut rates anymore, I'm not going to raise rates, and I'm not going to raise yields, then we'll turn around and we'll make a bunch of money on the same gold when it gets above 21.20. So you by having the skills to sell short or having the skills to go long, buy or sell the stock, what a difference it makes. So just check it out. It's free for 10 days. For 10 days. And during that 10 days, you'll see what shorting's about. You got to have it. You got to have it. But it's like a toothache now. Market went up today, and all you hear all day long on the Fake Business Network, oh, this is it. Everything's great again. Here, listen to this. Listen to this idiot.
The internals for this market, they started off pretty squishy.
Yeah, they're squishy, but they're okay now. They're squishy, but okay.
The internals for this market, they started off pretty squishy, but have improved, as you see, almost 3-1.
Oh, yeah, they're really improved. They're not squishy anymore. Even though the trend of the money is going out. Remember, they can drive a stock up, the price, Well, you got more money going out. Most people don't understand what that is.
We think that there's an opportunity here for 2022 to actually be a good year because these tech earnings and their sales prowess will move forward independent of what happens with rates and the economy.
Oh, well, techs are going to be great now because, I know we cheated for 14 years. I know we kept printing money, and then what we buy is treasuries, and then those yields would push those yields down. Every time we buy a treasury, the yields would go down, and that would push our tech stock up, even though it didn't. If the company wasn't making money, even if the company was losing money, it would go up. Oh, and by the way, we would buy a company's shares called stock buybacks. But now everything's going to be different. This is going to be a new year. This is going to be good. We're not going to cheat anymore because if they start selling treasuries like he said they're going to do, we got to go back to earnings. So earnings will be okay. No, earnings aren't going to be okay. Are you kidding me? These stocks are so overpriced. Your stocks that you're in love with, Netflix, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, all these stocks that are tied to the S&P are so overpriced. It's unbelievable. And you always end up paying for that. And you always get caught in them at the worst times, how it always works, unless you understand what trended. And that's what we do here at Phil's Gang. Our first job in this gang is to make sure our members don't lose money. The rest is easy. The rest is trying to break them of their bad habits. And the biggest bad habit they have is listen to these dopes on these business news network channels. Stop listening to them. Or you're going to just continue to lose money because they work on hope, optimism, belief. And then you get these guys coming on and saying, oh, look at this, boy, the GDP's up 6.9%. No, it wasn't up. It wasn't up 6.9. It was only up 2. They fudged it by 4%. But that's our job, is to protect you from that nonsense. Join my gang free tonight. See you in the charts. 877-600-GANG.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.